Hello, everyone. Um, I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for anybody who needs this message. I have cleansed my space. I have been, talking to the angels, calling them in, talking with my spirit guides, my ancestors, my higher self. I invite in. Um, yeah, I haven't done a message for a while. I'm a little late. I was, thinking I was gonna do once a week. I'm a little late this week. Um, but I'm really kind of unstable on my messages just as I feel all of a sudden the urge to get up and do one. So that time is now, but as I was meditating this morning and speaking, to my guides, to my angels, I got the idea, to do them more often with the intent that every day somebody needs a message. Every day somebody is out there um, dealing with dealing with the changes that are going on right now. There's so many changes going on, and I want to bring about to your attention a video if you're not familiar with the channel, and I believe it's Indigo Light um, on YouTube. It is a man by the name of Alex who has his channel Indigo Light, and he did all his videos are very informative. They're very eye opening. They're comforting, especially in times where we know that just things are not feeling like they're going as planned, or maybe when we are feeling like we are not um, performing up to our expectations, or maybe we're not performing up to divine's expectations, and those are always um, false energies. It's not true. We're never below or beneath. There may be a time when we are not feeling energetic, but it's really just the energies of the collective, the changing of the earth. We're going through huge changes, so to feel down on yourself, or feel personally responsible for not having the energy sometimes, or the motivation to get up and start getting some things done, um that's not it's a false feeling, okay, and it's a lower vibrational feeling also. We don't want to um start taking steps back in our path. If anything, if you're at a plateau, then stay at a plateau. Stay in that moment, and just feel, and try to in that stillness, you can distinguish, speak to your higher self. You can distinguish if those if the heaviness that is keeping you at a plateau, if that is all of yours, you know um if that's all from you, from within you, or if some of it has to do with the collective, or from the energies around you, the energies in your home. Your home atmosphere um has a lot to do with your personal energy, your energy field, and how you let it affect you. Okay. um I have two teenage daughters, well, a preteen and a teen. So I need to be aware that if I'm not feeling right or a certain way, or, I need to be aware that, hey, you know what, maybe I'm picking up the energy from one of my daughters. Maybe there's something there, that needs to be addressed. Children don't always speak to their parents about everything, so it's all about energy, and it's all about, again, if you're at a plateau, if you feel at a standstill, um it might just be it for a very good reason. Something is saying, hold on, pause, take a step back, because something else is going on, or before you go forward, there's more you need to purge, okay, from within you before you can go forward. So you're gonna be stopped. You're gonna feel like you are, um, stuck. I felt like I was stuck recently, and somebody informed me, or let me know, you feel stuck. Um, uh, and what it is energy blockages, and I'm I'm becoming more and more aware, more and more awakened, that I can feel the blockages right in front of me, and so it's working past that. It's energy work. And again, it can be because I'm so close to my daughters. Of course, it can be work that has to be done between me and my daughters. It can be, I could be picking up on, again, I could be picking up on their energy, so much that I am feeling that. And to me, they're part of me. We're all part of each other. Like I said, you could be feeling the collective's energy. I could be feeling, of course, my daughters are part of me. They're part of the collective. They live in my home with me. We're very, very close. So it can very well be their energy, affecting me, so, and all of that, because it's their energy, and they're my child, of course, then they're, oh, well, there's two cards under here. um I could be picking up from them. So just be aware of who is around you when you feel these energy, the stagnation. Be aware of what is going on at work. What is, just embrace, basically just embrace the stagnancy, embrace the moment, embrace the the stillness, okay? Because you can learn from it, okay? Um, okay, so Spirit, we're just gonna go ahead and get some energies on. I picked up this tarot. I didn't think I was gonna start with this, but I might as well just start with the Rider Waite. And we're gonna pick up on some energies for the viewer, okay? For beautiful souls in the collective that need a little bit of guidance right now. So we're gonna start with the energy that they are currently transitioning out of, currently maybe struggling with, or trying to understand. Okay, what energy, Spirit? Thank you very much, God, my Creator, Jesus, my Savior, Mary, our beautiful blessed Mother of peace, all the angels and saints. Be here with us now, protecting this reading from any malicious or manipulative energies. May only messages of divine guidance, divine love, divine light come through loud and clear for the viewer. Amen. So be it. Okay, so temperance. This is this is balance and peace, inner balance and peace. Before and I say balance, this is about balancing. I heard, I can't even remember when, but I have always thought of this as healing, spiritual healing. Um, but there was another reader who also brought up the point that this is also about balance, and the reason I brought it up right now, I just pulled a card for myself for this reading from the Conscious Spirit deck, and it was balance that came out. So when this came out, I am part of the collective, and what we are going through right now, what the viewer is going through, is healing and balance. I just spoke about energy healing that we need to do if we come into a stagnant point. So if you are feeling stagnant, if you are feeling unmotivated to go forward right now, this is saying maybe there's some healing that's going on, and that's why you're in that state. So again, do not be rough on yourself. I brought up the indigo. Okay, spirit, what is spirit's advice for us as we go through this healing and balance um, time? So there's conflict, maybe conflicting things in your life, situations in your life that bring about conflict. Um, uh, what's the word I'm trying to say? Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, and point those things out and bring them to the forefront so that you can deal with them. There is conflict. This is funny because this was also in the card that I pulled right before this reading too, and it was talking about the yin and yang, and just the spirit is saying there's conflict that where you feel stressed, where you feel um, anxiousness, uneasiness in all of your relationships. Okay, all your situationships, as I like to say, whatever situation it be, your relationship with kids, your work, your home, your friendships, your family, your mother, father, brother, sister, aunts, uncle, whatever it is, best friend, old friends, acquaintances, just whatever it is. Maybe you're part of your community, um, neighborhood community group, whatever it is. If there's conflict in any parts of your life right now, is it's either coming up or it's time to bring it up once and for all, and that's why the feeling of stagnation could possibly be there. Um, it is not a time to suppress it like we did in the past. Maybe we suppressed things. Maybe we swept it under the rug to keep things nice and happy on the outlook, on the outside. But right now, that's just not gonna fly anymore. Okay, it, that behavior, that way of coping with things by being passive about it, that's not going to fly anymore. So spirit is saying there's conflict, acknowledge it, that it's not a bad thing if to feel conflicted with somebody, to feel to even feel these people are fighting. Okay, they're like fighting. There's a lot of emotions there. There's anger, there could be resentment, um there could, and all of that stems from hurt. All of those feelings, all anger, resentment, hate, even hatred, all of those stem from feelings of pain, feelings of hurt, feelings of unworthiness. Because if you felt worthy in yourself, if anybody felt 100% worthy in themselves, there would be no reason to fight with others, to act in this way. At the same time, at the same time, these feelings, spirit is saying, bring them to the forefront and clear them out, purge them once and for all. Burying those feelings, pretending everything is okay, is not gonna solve the problem. It is not gonna bring healing. Right now, again, it's like you're in this phase of needing to be healed, maybe of recognizing you need healing and balance. And this is why, because of the conflict. So deal with the conflict, bring it up, address it, own it, own your feelings of anger. We're human. It is not a sin. As much as people have been taught, I'm 44, from my age, and even from before my parents. Maybe you were taught being mad is a sin, being angry is a sin. It's not a sin, it's an emotion. Those are emotions. Resentment, that's a feeling, that's an emotion. It's something that you experienced that made you, your human side, feel resentment, feel anger, feel and all of that, because maybe you were made to feel unworthy or unlovable or disrespected somehow. Okay, those are feelings. Own them, they are not sins. Own them and release them. Own them, work through them. Speak your truth. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with others. And of course, if you're being honest, you're going to speak from a clear heart. You're not going to speak from an angry heart. Okay? Not if you're being honest with yourself, because being honest with yourself means going to that person and saying, you know, yes, I said this and that about you, or yes, I did this and that. Yes, own your part of the conflict. This is not just one person here attacking another. This is everybody has their hand in it. Everybody has a piece of responsibility. It's not just you, it's not just them. Okay, everybody has a stick in their hand here that they're waving. Okay, so own your piece. Speak from your heart, not from your ego, trying to say, well, I did this, and justify your action of swinging that wand. You know, speak from your heart and say, I swung this wand because I felt hurt. I felt hurt. Again, not you hurt me. Okay, again, because you're placing the blame on the other person. I felt hurt. I felt betrayed. I felt deceived. That's the way I felt. So you're owning your own feelings. Okay, this is just about releasing. It's really just about releasing, and not sweeping stuff under the rug anymore. Okay, the next question for spirit is what could be an obstacle? Spirit, what could possibly be an obstacle for us to get through this? I know that it's hard work. It's definitely hard work. Um, again, check out that Indigo Light. He did a video with another balance. So this is also kind of a balance. I said balance, and this is not the balance card. I always see the Two of Pentacles as balance. Um, Rarely, but like this time I see this one I saw the Temperance as balance, but right away I saw this and I saw balance again. He is holding a scale in one hand, and I do also get the feeling right now, that's the first word I said out, is balance. It's give and take. Okay, give and take. This is being in a relationship where your love, your offering, your caring is not only being given, but it's being given. This is about having enough for yourself and therefore sharing with others. Like the guy here, he's standing tall, and here's the beggars, and he's giving. He's giving to the beggars. He's giving, and therefore showing that he's balancing what he has. Okay, again, this might go back to this one. I'm getting the feeling like balancing the responsibility, making things balanced. Okay, just no longer I'm right, you're wrong. No longer I have, you don't, or you have and I don't, therefore feeling resentfulness. Again, this came up in the obstacle or the challenge of being able to go forward, okay, of a challenge right now, getting to that point, getting to that point where you need to release, acknowledge, tr- truly acknowledge and release this conflict, any kind of conflict in your life, and bringing balance to it, okay, bringing balance to it, standing up on your own 2 feet and say, I'm going to to take hold, I'm going to um own what I have done, who I am, the work I've done, and I am also going to give. It's kind of like, I don't want to say giving charity, by giving a release of anger. I give you freedom. It's like giving the love, giving the freedom, giving to others that are less fortunate. You're giving, these less fortunate can be the ones who are not awakened, the ones that you're in conflict with, who unfortunately, I for one, I feel like when someone is so closed minded and does not see what is going on in the world around them, does not see this is the change of a new world, the new earth is coming, the new reality, 5D, this 3D dimensional constricted way of living with corruption in the agencies all around us, that's coming to an end. When there's people that I see that don't understand that and think, no, everything's going to get back to normal, it's I feel, it's not pity. What is it? Like, I feel compassion. This guy's giving out of compassion. Okay, so to get to that point may be a struggle. That may be a challenge for us, to be able to feel compassion for those who we have been in conflict with for so long can definitely be a challenge. That's not unheard of. That takes a lot of deep work. Um, but that, again, that can be a challenge here. And if we do, Spirit, if we do listen to take your advice, which I'm seeing, I'm gonna pull some cards for advice, but if we do, as spirit, if we, sorry about that, if we acknowledge that conflict is what needs to come up and out, and we deal with it, and we get to this point of reciprocate, what is that, like reciprocating the love and around us, then what can we expect to see? What energy can we expect to see if we do this work, which is very hard work? And remember that the angels are always with you. I remind my children on a daily basis. At least I try. There might be some days I forget, and but I do um, try to remind them on a daily basis to call in their angels. First thing in the morning when you wake up, you should call in your angels. Invite them into your life. So the Eight of Cups came out. The Eight of Cups, and this is walking away from cups or emotions. If you do the work, if you bring up, if you acknowledge these conflicts, and you work through this challenge of balance, of becoming balanced and giving, giving back, giving the freedom, releasing the others who have offended, who you felt have offended you, you will walk away and be in search of more. You will be free. You'll be free to walk away. You'll be ready, you'll be healed, and you'll be free. This person here walking away from these nicely stacked cups that he tended to for so long, okay? That this person tended to for so long, but no longer serve his highest good, his or her highest good. He's walking away. They're left very, he didn't kick them over. He left them very, very nicely kept, but he's walking away in search of more. So you'll be able to walk away from something that is keeping you stuck right now. The only reason you can feel like you can't walk away from something is because healing needs to take place. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles, which is that's that feminine um energy of nurturing. You know, it's a nurturing, stable. As far as pentacles is earthly things. So being in harmony, healing yourself, and being able to walk away emotionally from something in search of something more is a good place to be. Queen of Pentacles is also intuitive. Okay, so being led somewhere else. This is not serving you again, and this kind of goes back to, this is a very regular message for the collective, for a lot of in the collective right now. Leaving leaving relationships that are just full of conflict, that conflict with your inner peace, with your inner compass. It's not where you want to be. Okay. So yeah, this is really going with where the collective is at right now, where a lot of people in the collective are at right now. So if you are in this energy, don't feel like you are not being productive right now. There's a reason why you're feeling stuck right now, and you're not going to be able to go forward. You're going to remain feeling that way until you start getting honest with yourself, like Spirit has suggested here, and acknowledge and bring to the forefront all the situations in your life right now, in your day-to-day life, that you are that your soul, that your higher self is conflicted with, that brings conflict into your life. What relationships are those? What situations are those? You need to work through them, because again, this is not, we are not going to go forward. You are not going to go forward until that happens. And you will go forward. You will go forward. There's nowhere but up to go if you are on this journey, if you have chosen, if which we all have the light of God in us. So you will go forward. It will just take you longer. So you might as well get moving, right? You will go forward, if not in this lifetime, in the next. And believe me, this lifetime now, with the new earth coming about, this is the only, this is not going to relive in any other, if you come back in another life, this is not going to be redone again. This is a very unprecedented time. Is that how they say it? Like in the next 5 years, till 2025, there's gonna be. You think the changes right now are going? For those who think the changes right now are going to fizzle out, and everything's gonna go back to normal, it's not. That's not what all this is about. This is, I was just talking to somebody about the change thing, how the change shortage, and it's like, okay, what's behind that? I try not to get too stuck into those conspiracy theory, like, too much into it. I know that there's truth to them, but I can get really stuck on those videos, and I don't want to. But this change thing, someone had the idea that maybe, this is the government's way of slowly taking the money away, like, oh, there's no change now, so instead of, and then someone said, well, maybe, maybe my change is going to be worth more. Yeah, well, then maybe change isn't going to be worth anything at all, because in the end, how they say, the paper dollar is not going to be worth anything. So who knows? I'm not saying it is, but who knows? This could be the first stages of money as we know it to no longer have the worth that it does. We have to think about these things, and we have to prepare. We really have to prepare. Starseed, what lights you up? I'm gonna pull three of these cards for the advice on this reading. So Spirit is gonna give us three cards. I'm asking, three cards for the advice on these energies now. And it's Starseed. What lights you up? It's time to release the conflicted ways of living. You're living in a box. You're living as you thought you should. Again, I'm gonna go back to that video from Alex from Indigo Light. Um, he said something really wonderful. And he said, we are meant to be here to live life and be happy. Being constricted or dependent on going to an office every day, away from your family, away from what makes you happy, especially if you're going to office and you're working for a boss who doesn't even who doesn't who your soul and your beliefs do not coincide with. That has to be the worst. And right now the card says, what lights you up? What lights you up? Because that's where you need to start going. Imrama. I had got this one before. Oh, I forgot. These cards are going to be kind of hard to look up. Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Again, this is all about change. The first card, what lights you up, is asking you, well, what makes you happy? What makes you tick? What makes your heart sing? What kind of job can you have that you won't feel like, you hear about people being interviewed on TV, whether it be a musician or an artist, a paint, whatever, but you've heard it before when they say, my work, it's not even like going to work. They love it so much. It's so fulfilling. That's what we should be doing. And that's exactly what Alex was speaking about in his message. So please watch the video. It's he did a interview for another man by the name of Shane, I believe, and Shane's channel is called Unbiased and on the Fence. So look up that video under Indigo Light, um, and it's an interview very recently, like within the past week and a half. Again, okay, so what lights you up? Where are you being called to journey to? Time to release, time to heal. The Great Gathering. This will be the last card. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and Soul Tribe. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and Soul Tribe. Just by you viewing this video, maybe your intuition jump on and it led you. I'm hoping, that's my hope for this video, that it reaches that one person who is feeling the feelings that come out in the card and that need the messages that are coming out in that card. It's happening, okay? It's coming together, this great gathering. People are waking up right now in masses because of the coronavirus, because of just the exposing of corruption, I'm not even going to get into politics. There's corruption in politics on both sides, everywhere. And I'm not going to say that there's not good hearted people in politics, but there's good hearted people everywhere. Okay. But the corruption and the deceitful ways are no longer going to work. Those need to be released. I'm going to read from the book from these, okay? um but yet, I mean, the titles alone, I'm hoping that maybe in the books you get a little more of what you need to hear, but the titles alone really say like a lot already. It's really pretty clear what from healing conflict, Six of Pentacles, reciprocal, and walking away. Walking away, and I said again, walking away so that you can walk to something. And walking to where? To what lights you up, to where you're being called to. You're being called to where? Here's this one person here. Where are you being called to? And then it's followed by the gathering. You see? Where are you being called to? Here you are. And you're looking where you're being called to. This is where you're being called to the great gathering. You're here, you're acknowledging, you're viewing these messages for a reason, because you're being called to the great gathering, okay? But this work has to be done first. The honesty with yourself and with others has to be done, okay? So that you can then be that light in this great gathering and be able to live your purpose, okay? uh Darn it, I'm sorry. I ramble on, and I don't mean to ramble on so much. Starseed. And Rama is 108. Here it is, Starseed 54. Starseeds are souls with a double mission: to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. Many starseeds arrive with a feeling that time is running out and that there is something that they came here to do or create or contribute. If you pull this card, it is to confirm that you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer to the call. Answer to the call. It's all coming together, the great gathering. You're being encouraged to answer to the call, to follow what lights you up. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships. Meaningless, where there's conflict. Conflict is meaningless. Yes, you're going to learn from it, but to stay in conflict, now that's meaningless. That has no worth. It does not help you. Okay? So you have the urges, you have the feeling to leave those relationships. They innately know that there is much more to life and feel that there is something more and get to work. Okay? They remain restless until they step into their calling, which is to light up the world with their unique presence. Starseeds are scattered all over the planet, in hospitals and schools, in slums and mansions, on stages and in edit suites, in parks and nightclubs, in taxis and theme parks. Many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or in some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it's time that you stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share, and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. Treat your time. again, this goes back to the video that I was speaking. Alex's message was life was meant to be enjoyed. A lot of people, we were not grown up, we were not raised, a lot of us, to believe that way. Life is about hard work, life is about earning, life is about going to college for 8 years and getting that degree to hang on your wall so that you can support your family. Okay, again, I'm not saying, for those ancestors of ours, the great grandparents and grandparents and even our parents, I'm not saying for them that that didn't work, because they, at the same time, who built this, the country we live in, who built the buildings, who built the homes, but now times are changing. Okay, life is about, life is to be enjoyed, the way it says here. Earth, wait, treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. Okay, so that kind of just says it all. Again, just see, whose video, so uplifting, it's so positive, and it's a nice guiding video so that we know what to expect and what's going on. Indigo, indigo light or indigo child. I think it's indigo light. Okay, Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? What lights you up? And now, where are you being called to journey? The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pull this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or already on one, or are already on one. You could be to a physical, it could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. I pulled this one time before, right? Um, so it seems like a lot of people are being called to a different place, an actual physical different place. Or, here's that journey. When you do the work, you're going to be able to walk away and walk toward that physical place. Take that trip, or just to a physical, or just to a next level, living in the higher dimensions. Okay, when we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. The great gathering. There's places to see and old friends to meet. When you meet somebody on your spiritual path of enlightenment, that's your soul family. Old friends to see. Although they are not an old friend here, you didn't go to kindergarten with them and they, grow up in the same neighborhood. They're an old friend from a past life. They are a soulmate. They are your soul tribe. And there's a gathering that is soon to take place. Okay, it's coming together. There are places to stay and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage is impossible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place. Or perhaps you are being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. So it says here, hold the card to your heart and say, may seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets from lands that my soul knows from times past. May I be held by the ancient lineages that my soul has served, and remember that I don't have to do it all alone. I don't have to do it all alone. And why? Because the great gathering is coming up next. You are you are surrounded by angels. You are surrounded already by your soul tribe. You just have to open yourself up to be able to see that. Okay. Look for the soul tribe. The great gathering. I'm sorry. The great gathering is on 100. The great gathering. You are being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are connected to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet. And as you travel and share your creations, something is rethreaded. This card is this card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect. Let me see. I missed my place. You are being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You are being called to gather groups of people, either by leading them or becoming part of a group that can support you and your soul's personal mission. You are part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet, to raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. One of many consciously choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine that you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe, they are just like you. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are longing and searching for you too. So it says, hold the card to your heart. Say, I choose now to let myself be seen. I am ready to call in my soul tribe and create my web of light all over the planet. There are the group of the 144. Some believe them to be the twin flames. The 144 is mentioned in the Bible. It's really just about, and it's not really only the 144, to be a beacon of light, to change and do the healing work. It takes a special level of dedication. Okay. There are beings in this world who are meant to detour us. Okay, that is just a given, that is just a fact. I say that we are all children of God. We are all lights, we are all souls. We who can identify with this, we who can identify with a higher source, whether that is, I know that there's all these different religions, but they all come down to one thing: God, source, creator, um, light, love, the divine. That's why I've always liked that coexist sign, because it's all one and the same. And believe it or not, I forgot what the heck I was going to bring up right now. um I'm gonna bring a light worker oracle. Oh, I was gonna say it's being a light worker. Being a light worker, there it is. You don't have to necessarily be one of the 144, as the Bible states, but you most certainly can be and not know it. One of these cards said star seeds are found everywhere. in slums. I mean, and I truly believe that. I have had the experience of being homeless and I have seen. That's why I believe that my calling is, or that's what, this one says paradigm shift. And we are definitely going through a paradigm shift. Um, in that experience of homelessness, I have seen, and I was just talking about it with somebody yesterday evening. I realized there are some people who want to be there, who thrive in the darkness, in the shadows, in the pain, of others. They thrive in that environment. When I say that there are beings on earth that are meant to detour, um, the planet, the people, the souls of the planet, there are, I say it again, I say it because there are beings that are there to detour. They have chosen, again, free will, they have chosen their side, and I don't want to even bring up, I shouldn't say side because it's not about duality, but they have chosen their mission, the mission that they want to follow. Okay? Again, without dark, there cannot be light, right? Second ray of wisdom. Without dark, there cannot be light. That is, those are words of wisdom, right? You have to, the yin and yang, the balance, aggressiveness and passiveness. There's all, you know, um, duality, but it's about joining them, and letting them work as one when needed. When you go all the way to the dark and you are just, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Um, because these are long messages. And second ray of wisdom. Let's see, we're going to start with the four paradigm